you from our Abuja studio, the capital of Nigeria. I'm Ayodele Ozubakun. Today on the program, NDLEA arraigned senior immigration officer, 3 others for alleged drug trafficking at Lagos airports. Rivers politics get nastier as Governor Fubara seals hotel of Wike's ally. And later on the show, presidency warns that protests could plunge Nigeria into chaos as Lagos Police Commissioner urges residents not to attack protesters. A development economist, Ayobami Oyalowo, will join us for the discussion. I'll be hanging out with Babajide Kolade Otitoju and Femi Akonde. So if you're ready, let the hangout start now. Thank you for staying with us. For man, death is an inevitable end, and it finally makes it painful. Prominent Nigerians have continued to mourn and pay tributes to the late senator of Anambra South in the National Assembly, Ifeanyi Ubah, whose sudden passing leaves a void in the nation's political landscape. Ubah was reported to have died 2 days ago in a UK hospital where he underwent surgery. The CEO of Capital Oil, who had survived an assassination attempt in September 2022, would have been 53 on the 3rd of September. May the soul of the departed rest in peace. Jide, this is so painful. 50, just 50, above 50.
Yes.
This is very painful.
It's going to be 53 in 2 months. It's terrible. For me, it's a personal pain because at a point when we just became friends, we lost him. Before, it's a mega empowerment scheme, an empowerment scheme unrivaled in our country. I would say no politician, no governor has done the kind of mega empowerment that Ifeanyi did a few months ago. I had never seen empowerment tools like that. I had never seen empowerment tools so many like that. Shuttle buses, grinding machines, tricycles. Some would stop at tricycles. But he had so many shuttle buses that he was going to distribute to people. He boasted about it, and look, it was the truth. No one has matched it. I've seen politicians do empowerments, for their people. He must have spent so much money on it. But this is what he had devoted his life to. Maybe because of his humble beginning. His parents couldn't pay his school fees. Back at a secondary school in Ubah, here in Abuja. And then he went into business, learning a trade so early in life. Ultimately, he came out of the adversity to become an international businessman with investments in some African countries like Congo, like Cote d'Ivoire, and then in Europe, like United Kingdom, Belgium, he was selling spare parts and motor tires. Later, he became famous when he bought that famous football club, Gabros International Football Club, and then changed the name to Ifeanyi Ubah, and he built a stadium, a fantastic stadium. It was at that stadium that he had that major event, the mega empowerment, spread over 3 days, and TVC was there to cover it live. He sent me a note. He said, "Jide, you allowed your crew to come down without being paid a dime. This is how to know a true friend." He paid that money immediately after sending me that message. He paid for the coverage over those days, and it was good money. I can say that. So for me, I was already thinking, well, this guy,
that's the beginning of
good things to come between us. But debt is a debt. Or let me pronounce it the local way. Debt is a debt. The people who understand pronunciation say it's a debt. But I don't want debt and debt to look to sound the same thing. So debt is a debt we all pay, whether we like it or not.
Femi, looking at his politics, he seems to be a man that is unique. Yes. This was a man that became a senator under the party YPP.
Yeah, an unpopular party.
Yeah,
and he
crossed over to APC again.
I think he won election twice on the platform of that party before moving to APC. Even for the APC, it was really a big catch, considering his influence in the Southeast and Anambra State, to be precise. He's also a major player in the oil and gas sector. He's the owner of Capital Oil. He's a huge political mobilizer. You remember that during when President Goodluck Jonathan was seeking re-election, he was the one that formed or financed the Transformation Ambassadors of Nigeria, TAN, mobilized greatly. I remember covering that huge gathering he had at this National Stadium in Lagos State, where he mobilized everyone from Ladipo, Computer Village. Those markets were shut on that day. Everyone came out for Ifeanyi, to mobilize for Goodluck Jonathan. That really sent shivers down the spine of the opposition at that time. But yes, eventually President Goodluck Jonathan lost that election. But Ifeanyi played a huge role in mobilizing for President Goodluck Jonathan at that time. So it's really a big loss for Anambra State. And some people are even saying, saying that it's likely he might throw his hat in the ring in the Anambra governorship election coming up next year.
Towards that. Yeah. He has done that twice before.
Yeah, so this would have been his best chance.
His senatorial district is a big loss.
No, it's a no-go area.
Big loss.
He had that place locked down. Nobody could defeat him in that place. No matter who you are. Once you go against, once you come up against Ifeanyi, you know you cannot win.
In any election.
Defeated incumbent senators, And today, when we look back at his strengths, many people will say that perhaps the most difficult opponent that will have come the way of Governor Soludo is gone. And I believe too, because maybe after today we'll not be talking about someone else, but this was the person who could have given him a run for his money, because look, he was popular as in being popular, and he had the war chest. There was a time that he had the biggest petrol tank farm in our country. Even the NNPC, they were using his facility to store petrol, imported petrol. So he's a man, despite his age, you will say that he lived a very successful life. It's just unfortunate that he did not grow really old before death took him, At least not unlike Ifeanyi, who also died the same week. The Ohanese leader. One thing, you see, there are two things that this man did that I would say have given him immortality. Because it is what we do in life for our people that will make the world remember us long when we are gone. Ifeanyi Ubah and Eze Chukwuemeka Eri of Enugu Aguleri, that is the community where the Igbos emanated from, like the Ile-Ife, or Ile-Ife of the East. Ifeanyi Ubah accompanied that traditional ruler to the DSS detention facility to extract a commitment from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to stop the sit-at-home exercise. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in his own hand, wrote that the Monday sit-at-home had become a thing of the past. it takes courage to walk up to such a man and convince him, look, do this for your people. He did that successfully. Today, we have the Southeast Development Commission. That was a bill that he proposed. He came up with that bill. It was shut down under the Buhari regime. He represented it under the Tinubu regime. Today, that bill has been signed into law by the president. That, in my view, was Ifeanyi Ubah's last gift to his people. And this is something for which he will be remembered. Because if we talk about the fact that the Southeast have been neglected for so long, you know, ecological damage here and there, through the instrumentality of the Southeast Development Commission, it is hoped that those problems can be addressed the way through the NDDC we are addressing the problems of the oil producing community. So we wish him a blissful rest in the bosom of our Lord.
Sad indeed.
It's really
Very
sad.
sad. Very sad. Very sad. Moving on now.